that's a little bit new and different because at these awards things, it's really nice to get a plaque. No disrespect to the plaque, but we decided to make something that's very unique. It's the cue. We want to make this a really important and special thing for our honorees in Queens County. So Sean, you're asking the very first person to get it.
I'm here with Sean Crowley, and he just won a very impressive award. Sean, tell our audience what plaque it is that you're holding.
Well, I just won an award from the Queens Chamber of Commerce as one of the 3 honorees this evening at their annual golf outing.
Okay, and what did you do that you're deserving of this?
Well, I'm a lifelong resident of Queens, own my own business. Now I'm in Manhattan, but I do a lot of projects in Queens. I live in Queens. I coach in Queens.
Okay.
I go to church in Queens, and Queens is always has and will be.
I'm from Queens. Where are you? Where do you live in Queens?
Born and raised in Woodside, and now I'm in Forest Hills.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. I'm from Jackson Heights.
Okay.
That's so funny. So now what business do you have?
I'm a lawyer. I do a lot of government affairs, development work, land use work at a firm called David Off Hutcher and Citron in Manhattan.
Good. So that's wonderful that you're honored here because Queens is wonderful and they don't give awards so easily, so you had to really deserve it. So let's show everybody what you got there.
Sure. I got the big Q and,
wow.
and a plaque bearing my name, and it was a great day.
Wonderful. Congratulations
Thank
to
you
you.
very much.
Well deserved.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I am with Albert Francis Pennisi, and he is an honoree tonight for the Queens Chamber of Commerce. Congratulations on being honored tonight.
Thank you.
Yes. And did you play golf today?
No,
You didn't, but it was a beautiful day for it.
I know. Unfortunately, I had to work.
Oh. So tell everybody what it is that you do and why the Chamber honored you.
I'm an attorney, and I've been an attorney for 45 plus years.
What kind of law do you practice?
I practice, along with my firm, we practice real estate law, corporate law, trusts and estates, and we represent right now a bank.
Okay. And what is the name of your firm?
The name of it is Daniels, Norelli, Scully, and Cecere.
Okay. And you're located in Queens?
We're located in Queens County and Forest Hills. We're located in Hicksville, Long Island, and Jersey City, New Jersey.
Oh, okay. So now, what is your favorite thing about practicing law?
That's easy. Helping people.
You like to help
Helping. And you can't do what I do for 45 plus years unless you like what you do. And the rewards are not necessarily the fees that people pay you, which is something that you need to earn a living, but at the same time, helping people with problems.
And sometimes it takes a great deal of time, too, doesn't it, for something to proceed through the court system, right?
Yes, it does, because the courts are actually overcrowded, and the judges do a wonderful job, but they're overburdened. So they leave it up to us, the officers of the court, to try to settle some of these issues. And that's part of your job, to try to settle the dispute, breach of contract, some other type of transaction, or refinance, or merger and acquisition. And so the courts and the public depend on us to help them, not to just take a fee, drag it through the courts for 3 or 4 years, and when you turn around, the poor person, man or woman, is out of business. So what have you accomplished?
Yeah. So timing is very important, too, to try to expedite things, right?
Yes, timing is very important.
Yeah. So now, what do you like about the Queens Chamber of Commerce? Because they're a helpful group, too.
Queens Chamber of Commerce is an organization, and it's about 108 years old. It's one of the oldest chambers in the state of New York. What I like about them is they have the same goals that we have as attorneys. In their case, to educate their members, to help their members to grow and to prosper, especially the small businesses. You know, these are the businesses under 25 million, which everybody considers a small business nowadays.
Sounds pretty big to me.
But 80% of our members are small businesses. And many times they need help and assistance, and we run seminars for them. How to finance your business, how to run your business, how to manage your business, how to promote your products and services. And so we do this on a regular basis, and the Chamber gets grants from the city and for the state to run seminars for people, especially the small startups, because they sometimes put their life's savings in this thing, and they don't they don't even realize when they start out that they think if I have $10,000 argument, say, okay, I can open a business, rent a space, sell products, and it turns out that maybe they need $100,000. So we talk to them before they do this and make a horrible mistake, and they sometimes have good business judgment, except they don't know enough about how to run it, how to finance it, how to populate it. Someone's trying to take a picture of us.
Do you have a website where people can find out about your firm if they need your help?
We have a website that's run by West Publishing Company, Reuters, and they promote the firm. And that particular website really deals in the areas of trusts and estates, because as we get older, our clients get older, and we've had the same clients in some instances for 25 or 30 years, and now they're starting to think, okay, what if I retire? Do I have a means by which to sell the business? And we help to negotiate and to write the exit strategy for them, so that they now can leave their business, go into retirement, and get paid for the value of their business at the same time, so that they didn't build this for nothing to turn it. They don't just close the door and they're out of business.
And that happens to people.
It happens because they don't plan like we do in our law firm. We have different tiers of partners in different age groups, so that they can then start to phase in as we phase out. Happily, and lawyers usually work into their 80s for some reason.
Well, it sounds like a very good service that you offer, Mr. Pennisi, and congratulations on being honored tonight.
Thank you.
Not only the Mexican earthquake of the last week or so, but also the hurricanes in Florida, Texas, and Puerto Rico. The Chamber took it upon itself through the foundation to start raising some money for those devastated in Hurricane Harvey in Texas. We're contemplating extending it to other areas, but for right now, we've collected over $10,000 for Hurricane Harvey relief. And a major portion of that came from our friend and our board member, Henry Kuykendall from Delta Airlines. So no applause, please, but just for a moment of silence for all those victims that are affected in the past couple of weeks and are still affected. So as I think most of you folks know, this event tonight is kind of run and organized by the Queens Chamber of Commerce, but it's on behalf of the Queens Chamber of Commerce Foundation. The proceeds of this event go to benefit the Queens Chamber Foundation and the programs that we support. I want to take a moment also for a moment of reflection for a gentleman that I never had the pleasure of meeting, unfortunately. A gentleman named Hank Offerth, who has contributed greatly to the betterment of Queens and to the Queens Chamber of Commerce in particular. I'd like to recognize his wife, Tish, who is here. Where's Tish? Thank you very much. Tish, I've been here, this is my third year. Thanks for always being here and supporting all the things that we do with the Chamber. We're honored to have you here. Also want to recognize a number of our sponsors. We had a lot of sponsors this year, more than we ever had before. So save your applause to the end if you don't mind. But Flushing Bank, Fleet Financial, Baker Tilly, Boyce Technologies, East Coast Energy Group, New York Community Bank, Profasi Real Estate, and Capital One. Let's give them a loud Round of applause. Thank you all. I wanted to acknowledge our electeds that were here and snuck out, or anybody who came. I know we had Jeff Aubrey, who was here earlier, and Mike Dendecker. So let's give them a round of applause. They had to go back and do some business. But both of those gentlemen are ones that always support the chamber, and we very much appreciate that. And now, we're going to do some awards of our presentations. So, on a more somber note, we got a word late yesterday into today that our esteemed honoree for our Public Service Award, the Honorable Richard Brown, the DA of Queens County, was unable to attend. And that's a shame in and of itself. DA Brown has been an inspiration to many, and my connection to him is really quite simple. When I first came to the chamber, he emailed me and said, I have this quarterly event for business folks, why don't you come? And I went into this conference room at his office, and the man is beyond a gentleman if you know him. And I made a mention to him very briefly that I live in Malvern, Long Island, and that my mayor is Patty Ann McDonald, whose husband was at the time Stephen McDonald, the cop that was shot on the line of duty. And he gave me this look, because he's kind of hunched over. He gave me a look and he said, you tell Patty Ann I said hello. So I went back and I saw Patty Ann McDonald and Steve at the time. God rest his soul, he was still alive then. And I made a mention to it. And sometime later, months and months later, I went to an event. And the DA was a little bit hunched over because of his physical condition and his age. And he says to me, how's Patty Ann? I said, you remembered me? He goes, kid, I don't forget a face. It's nice being called a kid when you're 55. But I want to honor him. We wanted to honor him from day one because of his service as DA of Queens County since 1991. And we have a representative from his office. I'd like to ask Grech to come up and accept an award on his behalf and say a few words.
Listen, everything that was just said about Judge Brown is 100% true. Every morning at 8:30 we have meetings. He is there. He remembers every case. Unfortunately, sometimes for me, I happen to be chief of the Economic Crimes Bureau. I think Chamber of Commerce, Economic Crimes, they work well together. I also happen to have attended a few of those business advisory meetings, and they are, I think, very valuable to kind of keep the community together and to let you know what we're doing and for you to let us know what you're doing. I'm not going to talk long. I know the DA is very proud of having received this. I know he's got a special place in his office for this award. I know he would want to be here personally to thank you all. The holidays happen to hit at a bad time, but thank you on his behalf. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and me? Okay.
So, our next presentation is to another illustrious legal mind from the county of Queens. The man who actually hired me, I think it's good for the most part now. Is that a win? I don't know. Jury's still out, but a guy that's become a friend and a mentor to me in many, many different ways is Al Pennisi. Al, please come up.
I would also like to congratulate the other co-honorees here this evening. I certainly would like to thank our officers, our board members, and our members of the Queens Chamber of Commerce for bestowing this award on me today, even though I'm number 3, but I believe I'm number 1. I'll tell Rick Brown that, see if he can get away with it. I certainly would like to congratulate the Queens Chamber of Commerce for over the last 100+ years. How many years it will be? 107 years. The Queens Chamber of Commerce has been giving invaluable services to the Queens businesses, and the businesses of Queens County. And many times, and we certainly have a place in our heart, we always have, for small businesses. And 80% of the membership of the Queens Chamber of Commerce are small businesses. Now, I said they're giving invaluable services. This is one of them. There's a foundation that the Queens Chamber of Commerce runs that sponsored this event today. And it's a 501c3 corporation, so all of your contributions today will go to this foundation, less expenses. And what do they use this money for? You heard Tom tell us about raising money for the victims of the various hurricanes, but primarily also the foundation exists and has existed to date to give scholarships to students who are studying for a degree in business. We've given out a number of these over the years, and that will be done again this year. So these students are the people who are going to be the future entrepreneurs, the future business executives, and owners. So I thank you on behalf of the Chamber of Commerce and all our officers and members, even though I'm a former president, but you're going to hear from the president shortly. So I thank you for supporting the foundation today, and I ask you again, please join me in a round of applause for the officers and board members that are here today, and all of the officers and board members of the Queens Chamber of Commerce for what we do.
Right here. Thank you.
Okay, got it. Okay.
We sweat every detail of the Chamber of Commerce, down to the frames, down to the cigars, down to the food, the menu that Sophia picks. I'd like to ask the entire staff of the Queens Chamber of Commerce to just rise, please, for a round of applause. Thank you. Get up, get up, get up. Thank you. Thank you for all you do. It means a lot. Thank you. So, we are the most diverse county on the planet, the most diverse place on the planet, and I'm very proud to introduce our current president, Mayra DiRico, who is the first foreign-born president of the Queens Chamber of Commerce. She tells a great story about coming here from Cuba, and I'm very proud to have her as our president and as our leader. So without further ado, Mayra DiRico. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. And so, every year, okay, let's start with the weather. Was the weather great today? Oh, come on. Was the weather great today? Yeah, come on. 80 degrees, low humidity. I know this morning was a little bit of humidity, I understand. But, you know, this is what the chamber does. We have connections upstairs, right? Because every year, on this golf outing, we get fantastic weather. So we're advocating on earth and up above. So how many of you wanted to have some fun today? Okay, that's the most hands. You always have to have some fun, right? So good. So that was your vision for the day, and as Tom and Al talked about, here at the Chamber, you know, we're excited about our vision. And our vision is to be recognized as the premier comprehensive business resource and the driver of prosperity for the wonderful borough of Queens. Okay? Yeah, I heard a little, yeah. Well, thank you. And as you heard, you know, the chamber staff and the board of the foundation and the Queens Chamber, they're all volunteers, the board. So I know Tom recognized them, but they're all volunteers. They have day jobs, and it's their passion for Queens and for Queens businesses and the prosperity of our borough, where they put long hours in different committees and different initiatives. But they're all working very hard in order to foster connections, educate for success, develop and implement programs, and advocate for our members' interests. And like navigating different golf courses, we actually navigate through the wonderful diversity of Queens. And as Tom alluded, you know, we represent 130 countries. Which other place in the United States or in the world can say that they represent 130 countries? No one else can. Only Queens has that diversity. We speak 135 languages, and 48% of us, including myself, as Tom mentioned, we were not born here. So we came here to the land of opportunity. And I live in Queens. I met my husband in Queens, and I've raised my children in Queens. So I'm a definitely 100% Queens girl. So, as you know, tonight was our special night. It was the first time that we used this wonderful golf outing to recognize honorees. And tonight, we started with our first set of the 3 icons from the legal industry. And as you saw, they've made their great mark on our borough of Queens. In any case, I wanted to keep this short, and I wanted just to say that on behalf of the Queens Chamber Board of Directors and the Foundation Board of Directors, we wanted to thank all of our sponsors and all of you for coming tonight. Also wanted to thank Sal Crafasi, who's our golf committee chair. His son got married, but he was very supportive in tonight's success. And lastly, Flushing Bank, where are you? Where's Flushing Bank? Wanted to recognize Judy Ng, who's the foundation treasurer, and in the fantastic annual Dragon Boat Festival. Flushing Bank raised $2,000 for the foundation, so thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so we're going to start with the first award, which is the closest to the pin. 3rd hole, right? And the winner is Brian Reynolds, Nick D'Amato, Jamie Senko, and Nick Onosilla. So Team Gross, where are you? Team Gross? Oh, there you go. Okay. Give a round of applause.
Gotcha.
John Brondo, Chris, and Matt Cohn. And that's Team Net. Team Net.
Holding up the wall. Walter's holding up the wall.
Okay, the next award goes to the longest drive, and it's the ladies. Ooh, okay, and the winner is Trisha Genova. All right, let's hear it for Trisha.
I actually saw her hit that ball. That was a rocket, man. That was a rocket.
Okay, so now we're up to the longest drive in the men's category, and the winner there is John Rondo. John. Brian. Okay, and our last category is nearest to the pin, and our winners are Joe Eaton and Nick and Kono. Joe and Nick.
While we wait, don't forget, your photographs from the golf outing are back there. Compliments of the chamber. Please don't leave before you grab those, okay?
All right, look at me, everyone. Okay, her, right here, eyes here. Thank you. Eyes there. Thank you, everybody.
I'm with Tom Grech, who's the executive director of the Queens Chamber of Commerce. Tom, why was this night so important to you?
The annual golf outing for the Queens Chamber of Commerce Foundation, which is a 501c3 organization based here in Queens that offers scholarship money to kids in the 7 colleges in Queens County.
And you had honorees tonight, and everybody had a wonderful game of golf. Did you play today?
I didn't play. I ran around the course to make sure everybody was well fed and that everybody had a good time. We had a really nice turnout. We had 3 honorees this year. We started a new tradition. We honored our dear Queens District Attorney Richard Brown, Al Pennisi, the immediate past president of the Chamber, as well as Sean Crowley, who's a figure in the Queens legal scene.
Yeah, and you know, everybody that I spoke to tonight was saying such wonderful things about the Queens Chamber of Commerce. Let me ask you, what is your major source of pride? Is it the diversity?
it's a diversity, but it also stems from our board members. We have a 41-member board that's basically a amalgam of all the different people in Queens, from Asian folks, people of color, women, men, people that work in Queens County. And I'm also very proud of the fact that we've got a very, very diverse member base. Almost 60% of our members have 50 or fewer employees. So while we love having large companies as members, we really, really welcome and help out the smaller companies of the Queens County.
Yeah, and you've got the personal touch. Is there a website where people can follow what's going on with this?
Thanks so much for asking. It's www.queenschamber.org. That's queenschamber.org.
Congratulations on a wonderful night.
Thank you very much.